get your hands dirty in relationships. This is advice someone gave me about, you know, you might have this in your life. I want you to think about this. Do you have a relationship in your life where you feel like you can't talk to that person? And you feel very justified that you can't talk to them, and they did something to you or someone you love, and it really hurts, and they would have continued doing it, and you had to cut them out or something, or they cut you out or whatever, because, and it's really, they have no right to be doing that, but that's how they dealt with it. Say you're at that place. I want you to be honest with yourself. What percentage of it is something you did, and what percentage of it is what they did? Because I guarantee it isn't 0% you, 100% them. It's probably something that you said in retaliation. And it's also, yeah, it's probably a lot of their personality. They're probably pot stirrers. They could be something, you know, like it is what it is, you know. Their personality is what it is, but doesn't mean you can't love them. Doesn't mean you can't show up for them and you know, rekindle things and do the work, get your hands dirty and like start talking to them, create a dialogue, you know, reach out to them and say, hey, I don't want 10 years to go by without us having a relationship. You know, can we talk? Or I don't want that to, you know, 10 years to go by without a relationship. And, you know, if I dealt with this now, I wouldn't have dealt with it the way I did then as I would now, the person I am now. I wish I dealt with it differently. But there's a lot of pain I saw. This is what I was witnessing, and make it about what was happening. Don't make it about them. Don't make it about you. And most of all, pray. Pray to God that He gives you the words to say to this person, and make it not about them. Make it about what happened, what you witnessed. If you make it as much as possible about what you witnessed going down, the pain that you saw, the justification for your actions, and pray that, you know, if you are in a situation where you really think that you have zero to blame for, you probably don't, but if you paint the picture that you understand, that makes you wake up at night and or wake up in the morning and feel like you did the right thing, you know, they will maybe not agree with it, but they'll understand. And, you know, I think God will give you those words if you pray to Him on it and get others to pray for you. But yeah, you gotta be willing to open that dialogue, and then also it's going to be a lot of weight on you to hear their side, because they're going to say things you don't want to hear or don't agree with. They might not even be true, but they're true to them. And you need to carry two negative ideas, competing ideas. It's, you know, that compete and conflict with each other. And you might need to talk about that with someone, you know, because it's going to be something that you're like, is this true? Like, are they right about this? And it's like, no, just that's a tough thing to carry. And give it to God. Get God to like carry it for you. You got Him there. And that's what He wants us to do, is like show up for the people that we love. And this is something very useful in this time where, you know, families are getting divided over things going on today. It's people are in echo chambers. No one knows how to talk to each other because everyone's on their devil boxes, their phones and their social media, and no one knows how to communicate anymore with their neighbors. And we can't deal with proximity anymore because we have to have we have to be attached to whatever cause or you know, clique we're in, and group think, you know. And that's why, like, technology, dude, I might have to make a video about this. Technology is becoming the root of all evil when it comes to, like, you know, society. Like, people just don't know how to talk to each other anymore. And that's really what it comes down to, is having that dialogue. And I fall a victim to that. You know, it's when you are not able to talk to the person and see them and interact with them, and you just hear what they did. Oh, it's easy to just think they're the worst, but once you talk to them and sit across from them and see what they're going through and talk and figure out, you know, who they are, where they're coming from, even if you know them for years, but if you sit across from them, it makes a huge difference. And that's what I've been learning. I'm lucky to have someone to teach me, yeah, you got to get your hands dirty and And yeah, you might not be the person who's in the right, or you might be mostly in the right, but there's things that you could work on, things that you need to repent of, things you need to be, you need to work on, admit that you did wrong, apologize about. But even apologies aren't enough. You might have said something from your perspective without seeing their side that really is, there's no way that they can be in a relationship to you anymore. That could happen too. But the only way to work back from that is, hey, you got to get them to realize, hey, I don't believe that about you. If I did, I know you couldn't live with me. And that's a long road to walk, and might be another video there. And I think that's something that we need to see in the world, where we need to stop making these narratives about other people. We need to stop believing what we hear about other people being so bad, and actually get to meet the people and know them. Because the more you create that narrative, the more you say things about those people, the more you push them away, and you don't create that dialogue. You make it so that you have years more of work that you have to do to reach them. And right now, we got to reach each other, and we got to reach each other as families. Got to reach each other in society, and I don't have the answers for that. I don't know. It's something I'm learning how to do. Hopefully, over the course of this, feature film, I'll have a better idea, or this YouTube channel. But let me know your thoughts. What are your strategies for reaching people? Because I think it's creating that dialogue and finding ways to respect each other and respectfully disagree with each other. How do we do that? How do we have respectful disagreements anymore? I think for the most part, people can do that. Some people can't. And that's something we got to work on as families, friends, coworkers, and society. And I'd love your thoughts on that. Leave a comment below if you have something you need help with. I'll probably put an email on the screen that you can email and reach out to me, and I'll try to get back to you or make a video about that. But basically, every video is just a rung on the ladder towards where I'm going as a writer, director, and a Christian man, and everything I've wanted to be, everything I wanted to be as a writer, director, and Christian man, and trying to create those rungs of the ladder. And appreciate you watching. Like, comment, subscribe so you can support the channel and growing it. I appreciate that, and I'll catch you next time. Later. Bye. Also, prayers that everything in your life is going well, and I'll see you next time. Later. Bye.